afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon.
It's really our pleasure and privilege to have you with us, and I'm sure I have to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Of course, women can go to any lengths to look beautiful, which is why so many women do get themselves waxed, which is such a painful method. But is it true that shaving makes your skin darker and drier?
No, usually, when I tell people that shaving is a good way of hair removal, they'll usually have a story. But my friend told me that her friend had who had a problem with shaving. No, it really isn't true. In fact, shaving takes away the uppermost dry layer of skin. So it ends up leaving your skin much smoother. And there is no chemical, so there is no chance of any kind of inflammation. So the question of producing pigmentation is just not there, which is not true for waxing, because when you wax, you're putting something which is sugar on your, melted sugar on your skin, and you're putting it at a very hot temperature. So the hot temperature can lead to inflammation.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, hold your breath as we present to you world's #1 shaving system, designed, like I said, exclusively for women in India. And today we have two gorgeous female actors with us, and they're about to now come on stage. They are Gillette Venus brand ambassador Chitrangada Singh and the very, very gorgeous Soha Ali Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, stunning style icons Chitrangada Singh and Soha Ali Khan. It's our pleasure and privilege that we have them with us today. Chitrangada, you have been endorsing Gillette Venus. So I'd like to ask you, what are your views on the brand and what are your views on shaving?
Yeah, this has been my second year with Gillette Venus. And I think Gillette is a brand which itself is so big, and I think the kind of credibility it already has in the market, there's very little that you really need to do as far as explaining the product is concerned. The quality of the product is really good. I have used Gillette for the longest time, I remember. Yeah, so I think the experience has just always improved because the product has improved so much. And now with the gel that comes with it, it's just become even easier, and the whole experience has become I think almost customized, for women. And it's a really personal sort of experience, so it's really nice, and you can do it when you want. So I am pretty inseparable with the lady shaver, yes.
So I guess we know of so many of the features of this wonderful razor, and now we're going to get to know about the gel also, and how it has become a beauty routine for every Indian woman now. Soha, warmest welcome to you once again.
Thank you.
You have spent many, many years abroad. So could you tell us, how did you get introduced to the system of shaving, and were you comfortable in the first place?
Well, actually, that's where I first shaved, was when I was in England. I did spend 4 or 5 years there as a student. And before I went there were other forms of hair removal that I used. When I went there, I realized, of course, on a student budget, it's quite expensive to have to go to the parlor. Also, accessibility to a beauty parlor wasn't as much as perhaps it is today for me. I would see what my other female friends were doing, and they would all shave, but I thought that your hair will grow back in a more crude way, that your skin might darken, that you can cut yourself quite easily. So I was a little nervous because I wanted my skin to be smooth at the end of the day. And that's when I started shaving, really out of necessity. And ever since then, I've been sounds strange, but quite a regular shaver for my hands and legs. And you have to really, because not only in your social life, I mean, we all like to travel, we like to go to the beach, but even at work, it's very important. Whatever your hair care regimen is, I think it's necessary to have a lady shaver on you, because at some point or the other you will need it. I just used mine backstage before coming on, because under all the lights I could see some hairs that has escaped. So I was using it backstage right now.
Now, to take this a step further, I'm going to request shaving stations to be brought on stage. Let's go in for a slightly more practical show of how it's done, because it's really the simplest thing ever. And we're going to give you an idea of both the gel as well as the razor and how it's used. Absolutely, the gel first. It requires a really very tiny application. And thereafter, we use the razor.